evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Midnight News. Here's our top stories. Following the crash of a military transport aircraft, Army General Said Shingriha visited the Central Military Hospital in Ain al-Naja to inquire about the condition of the injured. At the second edition of the Ramadan Economic Evening, expert decision makers and business leaders discuss Algeria's major economic orientation. As part of the state's policy to support and accompany farmers, investments in strategic agriculture sectors see growing interest in Tarif. Welcome back. Following the crash of the military transport aircraft that occurred on Thursday, which resulted in the death of 2 officers and the injury of the remaining crew members, who were urgently transferred to Ain al-Naja Central Army Hospital in the 1st Military Region, Army General Said Shingriha, Minister Delegate to the Minister of National Defense, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, went to the hospital this Friday morning to inquire about the health conditions. Yassine Hamdi.
Following the tragic crash of a military transport aircraft type BE-1900, just after taking off from the Boufarouk Air Base in the 1st Military Region, which resulted in the death of 2 officers as martyrs and injured the rest of the staff. Army General Said Shingriha, Minister Delegate to the Minister of National Defense, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, went to the Army's Central Hospital to inquire about the health condition of the injured, expressing his moral support while wishing them a quick recovery.
بيشفيك ان شاء الله.
شكركم سيد في اولاد الالتفات هذه.
لا مزيه.
بالمناسبة نشكر كامل الفريق هذا اللي تاع الانقاذ قائد الجويه بدون استثناء. وشكر خاص لكم اللي التفتوا لنا وشفتونا واختفيتوا.
ولا مزيه. هذا واجب هذا. ربي يجيب الشفاء ان شاء الله. ان شاء الله ربي يجيب الشفاء ان شاء الله. كوراج وخلاص.
الحمد لله.
كوراج.
سنقف باذن الله. ان شاء الله نواصلوا. ونواصلوا على بلادنا هذه.
نواصلوا صح.
سنقف ونواصل ان شاء الله.
بارك الله فيك.
شكرا سيد الفريق الاول على الدعم هذا اللي
لا مزيه.
اللي وقفتوا معنا تجاه الحوض.
ما عندكم علاه تشكرونا ما عندكم.
هذا واجب.
هذا واجب.
As part of their humanitarian missions to save lives at sea, Coast Guard units under the Naval Forces Command and after the Regional Center for Maritime Surveillance and Rescue Operations in Oran, in the Western Maritime Front in the 2nd Military Region, the coast of Ain al-Turkey in Oran received a distress call reported the capsizing of an inflatable boat carrying 3 people about 300 meters from Corales Beach. Immediately, a sea rescue operation was launched involving Coast Guard rescue boats as well as the LS-16 search and rescue helicopters from the 560 Search and Rescue Helicopter Squadron. The 3 survivors were rescued and evacuated to the Majbar Tami Public Hospital in Ain al-Turk to receive the necessary medical care. This operation reflects the continued commitment of the Coast Guard units to protecting and saving human lives at sea. Algeria and Turkey are deepening their political economic partnership. In Istanbul, Lunas Magraman, Secretary General of Algeria's Foreign Ministry, met with Musa Kolak Likaya, Turkey's Deputy Foreign Minister, for the 3rd session of Algeria-Turkish political consultation. The talk highlighted historic ties, recent progress in bilateral relations, and to step to boost cooperations in trade economics and regional security. Key issues on the agenda includes developments in the Middle East, the occupied Palestinian territories, Western Sahara, and the Sahel region, reflecting the shared priorities of President Abdelmajid Tebboune and President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Economic prospects and business transformations were at the heart of the third edition of Ramadan Economic Evening held in Algiers. The event brought together expert businesses, leaders, and decision makers to discuss the challenges and the opportunities facing the national economic reported by Semi Dakhli, taken by Manal Maafa.
Firmly established as a key annual gathering for economic stakeholders, it brings together public and private operators, business leaders, experts, and decision makers to exchange views on the country's major economic policy directions.
The event aims to bring together public and private stakeholders along with institutional representatives to discuss key economic trends and sectoral developments, particularly digital transformation, a strategic priority for both businesses and the country.
Several key themes were addressed during this evening, notably macroeconomic trends for 2026, corporate competitiveness in an increasingly demanding environment, as well as the challenges linked to innovation and digital transformation. The issue closest to our hearts is the digital inclusion of businesses. We aim to exchange ideas and discuss ways to accelerate digital inclusion and the overall digitalization of the Algerian economy. For the entrepreneurs in attendance, these discussions also provide an opportunity to share their experiences and reflect on ways to strengthen the performance and resilience of their businesses. It is a valuable opportunity to connect public and private sectors, entrepreneurs of all ages and various industries. For those of us in tech, it is especially important to engage with potential partners, suppliers and clients as well. Digital transformation, the improvement of the business climate, and the adaptation of companies to ongoing economic shifts were also among the priorities highlighted during the meeting.
Attending these events provide a snapshot of global and national developments, strengthens client ties, and opens doors to new partnerships.
Et puis d'avoir un bon réseautage, d'être présent, de renforcer nos relations clients qui sont déjà en portefeuille.
Through these high-level discussions, the Ramadan Economic Gathering seeks to offer a clear perspective on the economic transformations currently underway, while putting forward practical avenues to support and accelerate business development.
In Tarif, investment in cereal and pulses is booming. With major crop areas expanding rapidly, the province is now solidifying its place as a leading agriculture hub. Manal Maafa.
Agriculture is a key economic sector in the Tarif province, where fertile fields bloom into green landscapes. Modern farming techniques and government support are boosting productivity and crop quality.
مكثف للبذور للقمح الصلب والبقوليات.
I work as a seed distributor for wheat and legumes. Last season, under intense sun, the harvest reached 80 quintals per hectare, thanks to God. The authorities provided enough support. While we received seeds and fertilizers early, additional facilitation from the relevant offices were also implemented.
أعطتنا الأسمدة مبكرة.
To ensure a strategic grain reserve, the agricultural sector has been supported with several grain and legume storage facilities, allowing large quantities of crops to be received and stored under conditions that preserve their quality. For quality control, grain shipments are sampled and physically inspected to ensure they are free from insects and diseases.
وسلامتها من الحشرات والأمراض.
This year, the target area is 17,000 hectares of wheat, and sowing will be carried out in collaboration with agriculture and extension services. The goal is to achieve yields of up to 50 quintals per hectare. Storage facilities at farmers' sites are crucial, as farmers need encouragement and support to bring in their harvests.
الفلاح لازم ينتج ورانا نشجعوه باش يدفع المحصول تاعو.
Thanks to these efforts, Tarif has become a fully integrated agricultural hub, combining production, storage and marketing. This strengthens its role as a key contributor to the national economy and opens promising opportunities for investment in grain and legume processing industries.
The body of the journalist and former media executive Mohammed Awadi was laid this Friday to rest at Sidi Frij Cemetery. The funeral was attended by family, colleagues from Algerian television, members of the media community, and a large number of his friends and associates. May God have mercy on him. To God we belong, and to him we shall return. Also in the news, due to the ongoing situation in the Middle East, Air Algérie has announced that the continued suspensions of flights to and from Doha, Beirut, Amman and Dubai until further notice. For more information, the airline invites customers to contact its commercial agencies or to call the customer service on 3302 from within Algeria or the international number displayed on your screen. Air Algérie assures that passengers will be kept informed of any new updates regarding its flight program to the Middle East. In Morocco, social tensions are intensifying, with many modest families fearing the demolition of their homes. The country continues to face deep regional disparities, with significant gaps between major cities and rural areas, where access to basic services such as healthcare remains a daily struggle. Besma Fa.
In front of hospitals, waiting lines keep growing endlessly. Patients wait for hours, sometimes even days, in the hope of obtaining a simple medical examination or finding an available bed.
It has been more than 4 months that I have been waiting, with appointments constantly being postponed. We are being mistreated with no respect whatsoever. It has been 7 days since the doctors stopped working, even though many patients, including myself, suffer from chronic illnesses such as diabetes and require medical care.
Precarity is increasing, poverty is spreading across households, and unemployment is crushing a generation of young people. Many families lack a stable income and struggle to meet basic needs.
In this drifting country, people are lost with nothing left to hold on to and no sense of direction. I believe that millions of Moroccans live below the poverty line and that they need assistance just to be able to eat.
Housing has also become a source of daily anxiety after the demolition of their homes. Some families are forced to start a new life marked by displacement and forced moves deprived of any stability.
They destroyed the market in less than 3 days and didn't even give us time to leave.
Crises are piling up, painting a clear picture of a weakened social fabric and of Moroccan citizens forced to face an increasingly harsh reality every day.
Amid the ruins of Gaza's refugee camps, families face loss, hunger and displacements. But despite the genocide, the blessed month of Ramadan reveals the quiet resilience of Palestinians who refuse to surrender. Reported by Salma Al-Awadi, taken by Melissa Lila Balaman.
From Gaza's refugee camps, the Algerian television crew pushed through cramped alleyways to document the hardship and anguish shaping daily life for Gaza's residents. Among the survivors is a woman in her 70s who, despite the hardship around her, prepares a simple iftar for her small family during the blessed month. Behind the gesture lies the grief of a mother the war has robbed of loved ones. A short distance away, Bashar Jandaria, disabled since childhood, is another young victim of the war. He was wounded by shrapnel when a strike hit a refugee camp.
I only wanted a peaceful life, but the bombing never stopped. I lost everything, my family and my brother.
Despite the loss and the pain, Jandaria's mother still tries to bring a sense of comfort and hope to her family. Every pastry she manages to prepare reflects the resilience of a people who refuse to surrender their land.
I have almost nothing. I do what I can with very little, even though life is very hard for us.
Yet, even among the ruins and the war, these families hold on to hope, clinging to a fragile light. In the face of genocide, Palestinians refuse to give up, even when everything seems lost.
That was it for Midnight News. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.